Hello and welcome to the ranch. Today, this plastic is coming off of this high tunnel. Like 5 minutes ago, it wasn't this windy. It's not super windy, but it's windier than I would care for when I have a giant piece of plastic that's going to become unsecured. But I think it will be okay. So today, I'm going to get the cover off at least, and then the roll-up sides can kind of be treated as like their own thing because, and I'll show you closer, there's wiggle wire that runs alongside there. So I can't just like cut the top and we get the top off. We got to undo the wiggle wire from the hoops, the end walls. But the goal is get this taken off so that I have to put it back up before the weather turns crappy. I've got a new piece of plastic that's going to go on. I'm using the same type of plastic. So I think it's like 11.2 mil woven plastic. It's very similar to like a tarp texture, and so if it gets a tear in it, it doesn't just split. I used to use traditional greenhouse or high tunnel film is 6 mil, and it's not like woven, and you do get better light transmission, but I've had issues with those. So this woven works really well. I've got some splits and stuff on this. This is held up very well. I want to say that this has been on since I don't know if I've ever replaced the plastic on this one. And this high tunnel was built in, I believe, 2018. The other one was built in 2014. It's just over there. This one has some wear and tear on it. It's definitely time to replace the plastic and have it nice and secured and clean and looking good. And I'm not having to throw tape on it going before winter happens, and then I'll do spring crops, and I think I'll do spring crops in here. I probably should rotate because the tomatoes are in the other one, and I like to rotate those every couple of years, but that plastic also needs replaced. I don't know that I'm gonna get both covers replaced this fall. We'll see how this one goes. So we're gonna get started on this. Jeff's here, he's gonna be helping. He actually just went to go get some needle nose pliers so we can get the wiggle wire out, but let me show you kind of what we have to undo, and we'll get to work on this. You can see where it's torn up top. I do 2 rows of U-channel, that's what's underneath here, and then this is wiggle wire. That's what holds this whole thing on. There is wiggle wire that goes up the top, but that is all that holds this on. And then the roll-up sides, it's connected down. There's a pipe, there's the mechanism to run it up. So this all the rope needs to come off. Pipe needs to get uncovered, but the main thing is just see how much plastic we can get off today. If there gets a hole, this is how I fix it. You put tape on it. Trying to find where an end is. I don't love ladders, just so you guys know. Heights are not my thing. We'll be reusing the wiggle wire. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, that's about all I can reach. Move the ladder and do the next section. Jeff, how do you feel about heights? All right, well.
Like the ground, only higher.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I don't like it.
Someone taped over the wiggle wire.
Someone taped over the wiggle wire? Well, I was probably fixing things.
Really good.
I don't like it up here. Make sure you don't poke yourself in the eye.
Find the end, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
This one hasn't.
it does. It's probably over here. Right here. I'm not standing up another step because I'm scared. I can feel the end, so I am going to try and pop it out.
I can try to pop a little more of it from here. Off your hand.
Okay. You might be able to wiggle it all the way out, actually. Got it? Okay. We're like half done with the hoop on one side. It's way up there, the end is. Oh. Don't lean. I'm in a bad spot. I can't reach that. I can't reach that. What'd you lose? You. I got it now. Watch your eye. Can you pop out the bottom? I think there's a short piece that's kind of overlaid on the end of this one. Okay, the end is done. You got it? Okay, thank you. Okay, that part's done. We're gonna go do the other side. I can't get the end to pop out. There we go. Okay, we're gonna have a big giant kite here now. It's not gonna go, like, it's still attached on the other side. Ready? Oh, Not very dramatic. All right, now we gotta figure out how to get it onto the other side. Since the wind is not helping us. One time I could use a breeze. Fluff it. I think I should be able to pull if I can grab onto anything. Let's see what I can do. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm just pulling with one hand. We're right next to the asparagus. Look at that. Cool. Now I'm kind of stuck here. I'm stuck on a hoop. There we go. Okay. That's what it looks like with no cover on it. While the cover is off, we're gonna do some repair. So I think this angle kind of shows it. This board broke last fall, and so we did put in like a new splice, but it was one of these that broke, and then we were not able to, because the plastic was on, we're not able to, we needed to secure it to one of the hoops, but I would have punctured the plastic, and I was in a spot that I was like, that seems real risky, but this board that the wiggle wire attaches to, let me see if I can find, oh yeah, see like here, it should go through here. Can you see that? Focus. There's a hole. Focus. I don't know if you can tell. Nope, not focusing. Not focusing. Anyhow, there's a hole right here. There should be a bolt through here that secures the wood. It broke last year. Like the bolt sheared off. Look, see? You can see. So that will get fixed. And now that all this plastic, the weight of it, you can really see how the board is sagging. So we'll get that fixed up while there's no plastic on. Next step is obviously got to get this side unattached. You know, I need to cut it from the wiggle wire, but in order to make this slightly more manageable, I'm gonna actually cut this in half so that the high tunnel is 72 feet long. We're gonna make this into, what's 72 divided by 2? 36 foot long section. And then it's gonna go in the dump trailer and then go to the county landfill. But first, let's get it cut in half. The wind's kind of up and down. Jeff is working on the roll-up side, on the other side, getting the rope off so we can unattach it. Then we'll do this side. This is the first time I've ever taken a cover off like on purpose. Usually the wind is what takes the covers off. So this is a nice change of pace. I feel like my blade is getting dull. Not surprising. still see me? Yep, kinda. Okay, all cut. Probably not straight. That's fine. Oh, there's like dead flies in here. Yucky. Cover is detached from half of it. I'm gonna go ahead and work on this half. It is just laying down here in the ground quite nicely. So far, it's not blowing away, which I appreciate. That's the asparagus right next to us. After you're done picking asparagus, you just let it grow. This is what it does. We're gonna roll it up, kind of. Or at least like fold it back on itself. Okay, done. Not really. That's not so bad. That is the roll-up mechanism. We just got it off the channel that it goes up. Jeff's just continuing to unroll it. There's like a couple feet, or at least a foot in there. The high tunnel is 30 feet wide, but I think I have to buy plastic that's like 45 feet wide. It's been a while since I've ordered. There's the new roll. It's been a while since I've ordered it, but I believe I get like 75 by 45 because it has a 12-foot peak. So, you know, math. Okay. Yep, it's clipped.
Okay.
So I don't remember, do they just snap on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tension clips. I say that.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's been a long time since I've had to do this, so I don't remember. We'll have to figure out the best way to get these off.
These are not it.
No, needle nose is not it.
Bigger plier hook here and here, and just,
Okay.
or if I can get a screwdriver under it.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll do that. I mean, we could just cut the plastic and then take them off later. Because, you know, when in doubt, just cut the plastic. There you go. Okay, so there's like a whole bunch of these. We're gonna get these off. And then it is still connected up here on the wiggle wire. So we'll pop out the wiggle wire and then this side will be done. Oh, we did forget one. There's one more clamp. Oh, well, I just popped the plastic out. So plastic is loose from the roll-up pipe. And now I just have to take out the 2 channels of wiggle wire and then this side will be done. Jeff's working on getting the billow rope and everything cut on the other side while I work on this. So in the wintertime, I use these straps and these clips to secure the roll-up side because this part actually doesn't have wiggle wire on it. And I've used this system for years. It works really well. It's kind of, when I built the high tunnel, this is kind of one of those things that was like, what do you do with roll-up sides? Because, you know, otherwise it's just like flaps, right? And like, yes, there was the billow rope that goes back and forth, up and down, but I always had problems with wind coming in. And so those straps is how I deal with that. I had unclipped this one, but then it was like blowing. So I'm gonna leave that clipped while I take out the wiggle wire. Once you get it going, then you don't need the pliers or anything. You just literally wiggle it. And you try not to bend it because, like I said, we're going to reuse this. I've got some other one, like a few pieces that I had extra, but for the most part, there's nothing wrong with this, and it can be reused. I've got all of the wiggle wire out. That took about 20 minutes or so to do that. And it's still up because it's like indented into the U channel. And then it's also like hooked around these eye bolts. So I'm gonna have to cut those, cut around it probably, in order to do that. So, and then I'm thinking when we put the new plastic on, we must have screwed these through the board after we put the plastic on. So I'm gonna have to take all these out. So that'll be fun. But we're not putting this back on today. We got like a week or so, at least until I'm gonna be able to get this back on. But yeah, okay, this all just needs to come off and then this side will be done. It's real gross in here. It's wet. There's like a million dead flies. Not very pleasant. In the fall, when it starts getting cold out, I will get lots of bugs stuck inside the high tunnel, especially like bees, honeybees, because there's bee boxes on the ranch. But it's warm, of course, in the high tunnel, so they go in there, and then they can't figure out how to get out. Oh, there's like moss growing. This will be good to like air out for a few days. There, it's all taken off. Jeff's working on the wiggle wire over there, so I'm gonna go give him a hand and we'll get this finished up. This is definitely our biggest problem area repair that needs to happen. Get that kind of probably done tomorrow. It's also kind of popped out some of the U-channel when that bent last year. Yeah, so we'll get that fixed up, get all the eye bolts out. I gotta buy more billow rope to have on hand. But yeah, it's done. That part's done at least. Well, that's it for today's project. That one's done. That part's checked off the list, so that's good. I have my fundraiser for the nonprofit coming up this coming Saturday, so I'm going to focus on that for the next week. Jeff is going to work on some of this repair work. It is mostly just getting things attached again, and so nothing super complicated. Luckily, for the most part, the frame and everything looks good, so it's just gonna put eyes on everything, make sure all the screws, bolts, all the things are where they need to be, so that this can last for, you know, several more years. At some point, I am gonna have to replace all of this and stuff, but like, it doesn't rain much here, so it's doing okay. So, all right, I'm gonna help Jeff finish cleaning up, and thank you guys for hanging out with me today while we tackled step 1 of recovering the high tunnel. I will see you next time.